my beloved child. It is I, the Lord. Someone is watching your house. This is no joke. Something shocking is slowly unfolding right at your doorstep tonight. Do not hastily turn around in panic, nor let fear freeze your reason. The appearance of this message right at this moment is the only lifeline to keep you from being swept into the coming vortex of turmoil. Do you know who that person is and why they are doing this? I know your mind is rushing with questions right now. You want to know what form the one standing out there in the darkness takes, whether it is someone familiar or an unknown energy, and what their motive is for snooping around your home. Right, but I will not rush to reveal their identity just yet. Why? Because if I call out their name too soon, while your consciousness has not yet been wrapped in my shield of healing energy, extreme fear and shock will make you collapse before you can even defend yourself. The lurker out there is extremely cunning. They are just waiting for your energy frequency to waver so they can infiltrate. Therefore, I need to prepare a steadfast spirit for you first. I must guide you step by step to see clearly through the cracks in your home, equipping you with an impenetrable shield of light. Only when you are completely ready and sealed in my protection will the shocking truth about their identity be stripped bare in the final moments. Therefore, stay with me until the end of this message. You will decode the entire mystery enveloping you, I promise you. Right as this video reaches its final seconds, I will pinpoint exactly who this watcher is, why they chose this specific moment to target you, and hand you the top secret code to neutralize their presence forever. You will know exactly what you need to do to return your home to a state of absolute peace, where no force can ever intrude again. Right now, to prepare for this journey of protection, comment the phrase "I believe" and receive to activate the energetic cord of protection between you and me. Keep your mind completely still. Do not scroll past. And stay with me until the end of this content to lift the veil of mystery waiting for you at the end. You are here, under my embrace. Let your breathing slow down. Cast off the tension tightening your chest, and allow your soul to be still. When you commented your words of acceptance, you opened a pathway for my light to enter. Now, I want you to face a truth that, though heartbreaking, is the only key for you to understand what is happening around you tonight. My beloved child, I have seen it all. I have seen the nights you lay awake, your lifeless eyes staring at the dark ceiling while your mind was a chaotic battlefield of anxieties. I have seen the exhaustion deeply etched into every muscle. Every breath you take, you wake up every morning with an aching body, having to put on a mask of strength and stability to deal with the outside world. You smile at your co-workers, nod to your relatives, and say "I'm fine" when someone asks. But when the door to your house closes, when you are left alone facing the four walls, that mask falls off, leaving behind a soul that is bleeding, exhausted, and profoundly lonely. Do you wonder why your life lately has become such a dead end? I know you have tried so hard. You have tried to work, tried to manage, tried to keep everything from falling apart. But it seems every door of opportunity has closed before your eyes. Financial problems are like a tight iron band squeezing you, making every dollar earned come with sweat and tears. The relationships you once cherished have suddenly become distant, cold, or worse, have brought you betrayals and deep emotional wounds. You feel like you are just treading water, or even falling behind while the whole world is rushing forward. That helplessness, that silent pain, you cannot share with anyone because you fear their judgment. Fear they will see you as weak. But my child, do you know that your very home, the place you always consider your safest sanctuary, which is also your soul, is suffering from deep cracks? Home is not just inanimate brick walls. The home is a place where energy accumulates, an exact mirror reflecting your state of consciousness. When you bring your traumas, resentments, fears, and despair home day after day, You unintentionally create invisible cracks in that protective wall. These cracks are formed from the tears you cry silently in the dark, from your self-reproach, and from your doubts about the future. And that is exactly why the one watching you has appeared at this moment. That lurker is incredibly sensitive to low-frequency energies. They never attack a solid home or a soul filled with light and faith. They stand patiently in the dark, quietly observing and waiting. They see the cracks on your spiritual walls. They smell the scent of despair and loneliness radiating from your home tonight. They know you are at your weakest. You're most stuck. And that is the absolute perfect time for them to cross the threshold, infiltrate your life, and turn temporary hardships into a permanent collapse. They want to rob you of the last ounce of hope left inside you, to drag you deeper into the mud of darkness. Have you ever wondered why your sense of insecurity lately has been so intense? Why there are times you shiver for no apparent reason, or feel a cold draft run down your spine when passing by dark corners in your house that is not your vivid imagination? My beloved child, that is when the lurker is getting closer to those cracks, trying to stick their invisible fingers in to widen the gap, preparing for a full-scale invasion. But I want you to remember one crucial thing. This stalker, no matter how cunning or terrifying, has a fatal weakness. They can only move and operate in the darkness of unconsciousness. Once you become aware of their presence, once you understand why they chose you, their power is instantly cut in half. My telling you this truth tonight is so that you are no longer a harmless victim in the dark, but so that you can stand up and take back control of your sanctuary. However, this battle is not easy. To truly repel the force eyeing your doorstep, you will have to face a much greater challenge in the very next chapter of this journey. A challenge that does not lie in the outside world, but right within your own faith. Are you ready for me to test your faith? Do you know that? In the next part, I will put you before a decisive choice, a spiritual test where, if you pass, all the darkness out there will automatically retreat. But if you fail, the door to your home will be wide open for the lurker to step in. I will not leave you guessing. In the next part of this message, I will reveal to you what that test of faith is, and why it is the only boundary distinguishing your destruction from your rebirth tonight. Do not let your mind wander. Continue to hold on to the stillness, and prepare to enter the greatest test of your life. I know you are holding your breath, waiting for the next words, your chest heaving with rushing heartbeats, and your mind spinning with 10,000 unanswered questions. Curiosity mixed with vague fear might be trying to pull you out of the stillness that you and I just planted together. But take a deep breath. Let your shoulders completely relax, and let my words embrace you like a warm, comforting hug in the middle of a cold winter night. You have heard me speak of the cracks in your sanctuary, of the dark corners where insecurity is trying to slip in. Now, I want to lead you across the threshold of a new chapter, where you are no longer a weak person cowering behind a door, but where I will awaken your inner strength through the greatest challenge of your life, the test of faith and awakening. My beloved child, look deep into your inner world right now and realize that the home I speak of is not simply brick walls or inanimate physical doors. The true home is the mind, the heart, and the pure energy space you hold within you, and the one quietly watching you, trying to find a loophole to enter, is actually not a physical threat from the outside world. It is the manifestation of the heavy pressures, suppressed anxieties, self-doubts, and even the dark shadows of past traumas waiting for when you are most exhausted to rise up, when you feel tired, when you let the frequencies of despair gnaw at your soul. You are accidentally throwing the energetic doors of your soul's home wide open, allowing those negative thoughts to freely come and go and disturb your inherent peace. Tonight's test of faith requires you to make a definitive decision deep within your consciousness. Will you continue to let fear lead the way, letting anxious thoughts paint the worst-case scenarios? Or will you choose to put your complete trust in your self-healing power and my divine protection? Faith is not a distant concept or a passive prayer only uttered when it is too late. True faith is a vibrant, living energy, the strongest shield that helps you establish powerful, protective boundaries for your soul against all the storms of life. When you choose to believe, you are beginning the process of reversing the energy flow from passive to active, sending a powerful signal into the universe that you have the complete right to control and master your own living space. To overcome this challenge and begin activating the most powerful protective shield I have reserved just for you, let us make a spiritual commitment right in this moment. A small action but a powerful affirmation of your will to protect. As the boundary between light and darkness inside you needs reinforcing, bravely step past the doubts by leaving a comment saying you accept the protection, or typing the number 999 right below this message as a sturdy spiritual seal, and pressing like to sync with my healing energy frequency, covering your entire living space and mind. This is the very first step in raising your protective shield, declaring to the anxieties and darkness out there that you have chosen to stand in the light of eternal peace. The moment you make that commitment to yourself, you will feel a very subtle yet profound change taking place in the space around you. A gentle warmth will begin to radiate from the lotus of your heart, weaving through every cell, soothing the tension and exhaustion you have silently borne all this time. That is the protective aura being activated, automatically seeking out and mending the cracks on the psychological wall we spoke of, the holes created by tears cried silently in the dark, by the pressures and worries of life, or by unhealed emotional wounds. All are being filled by the pure light of understanding and self-compassion. Imagine that aura as an invisible yet incredibly solid energy filter, wrapping around every thought, every emotion, and every little corner of your home. When negative thoughts or insecurities try to approach, they will immediately crash into this high-frequency shield and be repelled, unable to find any foothold to cling to in your life anymore. You don't have to brace yourself to fight the outside world, nor do you need to do anything crazy in a panic. Your true strength always lies in stillness, in your ability to turn inward and maintain an unwavering belief in my protection. But I must remind you that old thinking habits and vague fears will not easily disappear in the blink of an eye. When they see you starting to find your inner peace and light again, they will try to create louder noises in your mind, heavier, invisible pressures to test your will. They will try to bring back unhappy memories, past failures, or anxieties about a future that hasn't happened yet, just to pull your vibrational frequency back down. This is a silent tug-of-war between the old habit of anxiety and the new energy of awakening inside you. And to stand firm in this trial, you need to understand even more clearly the true nature of what is happening. The one standing out there watching you is actually the mirror reflecting the untransmuted dark parts within your own consciousness. They patiently trail you not to destroy you, but to remind you that it is time for you to clean up, heal, and rebuild your own sanctuary. When you understand this deep-rooted cause, you will no longer look at insecurity with eyes of fear or hatred, but with a clear, tolerant, and wise gaze. You will realize that every challenge that appears in life, no matter how terrifying its form, holds a precious lesson that helps your soul mature and grow stronger. My beloved child, prepare your mindset for what is about to happen next on this journey. I will not just stop at helping you build a temporary protective shield, but I will directly guide you on how to confront and completely transmute those negative energy sources into your very own inner power. You will understand the true identity of the stalker all this time, and why recognizing it is the key that opens the door to true freedom and prosperity in your life. Are you curious to know what the force standing in the dark really is, and how you can completely banish it from your world forever? All those shocking secrets are gradually being revealed in the next part of this message. Hold on to this warm energy connection. Do not let any distraction pull you away, and continue to walk with me into the next chapter, where the truth will be fully exposed under the light of love and complete awakening. You have walked with me through the moments of facing the first test of faith, feeling the warm, vital energy weaving its way to mend every deep crack in your soul. Right now, as the space around you gradually calms and your heartbeat begins to find its harmony with the grand breath of the universe, I want you to take one more deep breath. Let all forced defenses, all doubts, and the exhaustion you have carried all this time be completely dropped. We are stepping together into the next profoundly sacred seconds, the moment when all veils of illusion will be torn away, so you can directly look at what you thought was the most terrifying threat, and thereby realize that the true supreme power has always rested in your hands. Never once lost. Human fear often has a strange and cunning habit. It always paints giant, distorted, and terrifying figures in the dark. When you heard me say someone was secretly watching your house, your mind probably panicked instantly, spinning into assumptions about an evil intruder, a horrific disaster, or some hostile force lurking right at your physical doorstep. But my beloved child, listen to me very carefully and let me pull back that veil to show you the truth in these very next seconds. The one standing in the dark out there, the one intently snooping through every window, watching every footstep and every rhythm of your life, actually does not have a form of flesh and bone. It is the accumulation of unreleased anxieties, the melancholy from old traumas that you deliberately suppressed, and the financial burdens and life pressures you silently endure alone day after day. You run away from them. You hide them in the darkest corners of your soul's home for fear of the world's judgment. And precisely because they were abandoned in the dark, they have gathered themselves into a heavy, energetic entity, turning back to stalk and threaten your peace. Are you exhausted from worrying about unpaid bills, the debts that are strangling your future? Are you tormented and endlessly hurting over a betrayal, someone turning their back on you after you trusted them and gave them your whole heart? Or do you feel boundlessly helpless because, despite exhausting yourself with effort, every door leading to abundance, to luck, and happiness remains tightly shut before your eyes? All that stagnant energy, the resentments and the tears you shed in silence, when not transmuted, create an invisible magnetic pull. It attracts low-frequency vibrations from the surrounding world, turning your home into a place full of silent disturbances that the naked eye cannot see, but your intuition feels very clearly. The stalker out there is the mirror reflecting those things, but I want you to know, it only has power when you believe it is stronger than you. In the moment you realize its true origin, in the second you understand it is merely an illusion fed by your own fear, its power is completely dissolved. Darkness can never fight the light. It can only exist in places where the light has not yet touched. And you yourself are carrying my most sacred spark of light. For that spark to not only warm you but also become a brilliant aura, burning away all the dark shadows lurking outside your door. You need to understand that the universe's energy always operates on the principle of sharing and circulation. My protection is not a closed box for you to hide from the world, but an overflowing spring that needs to be unblocked to bring life. When you feel the warmth of protection covering you, let that energy spread outward, right in these next few seconds. As your heart is overflowing with clarity and peace, perform a highly meaningful action to further strengthen the network of protective light around you. Share this message with someone you deeply cherish, someone you know is also going through long, sleepless nights, carrying earthly worries alone, and who desperately needs a spiritual pillar just like you did recently. When you click the share button, you are planting a wholesome seed into the universe, creating a larger circle of protection that embraces not only your home, but also the homes of the people you love. That healing energy flow will immediately return to you, multiplied, making your spiritual shield tonight so solid and brilliant that no dark force can see through it or approach it anymore. Look, when you open your heart to share, the initial selfishness and fear completely give way to compassion and a sacred connection with all things. These next seconds are when you witness the miracle of miraculous energy resonance. The light from your soul, combined with the love you just sent out into the universe, is creating a high-frequency wave, sweeping away all the dust, darkness, and anxiety clinging to the walls of your home. That lurker out there on the threshold, feeling the heat from the aura of awakening and kindness, is beginning to tremble and retreat in silence. It realizes there are no longer any cracks of despair for it to cling to in your life. You have won this confrontation not with swords, hatred, or resentful words, but with the soft, resilient power of faith and unconditional love. Allow yourself to be flooded with this sense of relief and freedom. How long has it been since you took a long, deep breath without feeling choked or tight in your chest? How long has it been since you felt your home was truly a peaceful, warm, and vibrant sanctuary? I am here to tell you, the storm has retreated beyond the window. Every effort, every tear you silently shed over this past time has been acknowledged and embraced by me. You are not alone in this world, and you have never been abandoned, not even for a single second. Financial dead ends, emotional breakdowns, or the feeling of being lost in this life, all are merely challenging lessons set up to prepare you for a more brilliant new chapter in your soul's evolutionary journey. Tonight, through the experience of facing this stalker, you have been reborn. You have learned how to turn inward, how to lift the shield of faith, and how to protect your own sanctuary using the energy of awakening. But this grand transmutation will not stop here. The next seconds of this message will bring you an even greater and more miraculous surprise. Just when you think you have found temporary peace, I will reveal to you a shocking secret on how you can turn this very protective shield into a magnet to attract the prosperity, luck, and life-changing opportunities you have longed for all this time. Do you want to know how to make this healing energy flow not only push back the darkness, but also open the doors to financial clearance and auspicious connections about to knock on your door? Continue to keep your mind completely still. Do not scroll past any moment, because in just a few short seconds, the final top-secret key of the universe will be placed into your hands by me, completely altering your destiny from tonight until forevermore. That key is not located somewhere far out in the vast universe, nor do you need to search for it within the complex codes of the world. It lies right in your warm chest, waiting to be turned in these very next seconds. Do you know why the protective shield I just helped you build has the miraculous ability to turn into a magnet, attracting all luck and prosperity? Because in the invisible world of energy, the frequency of peace and the frequency of abundance are actually one. When you free yourself from fear, when you no longer let the image of the stalker outside shake your consciousness, you have raised your vibrational frequency to an extremely high level. At that frequency, darkness cannot exist. And all the best things, from financial opportunities and career breakthroughs to genuine relationships, will automatically be drawn toward you as a natural law of heaven and earth. Let me guide you deeper into this sacred healing experience right now. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Feel the warm light from me gently soothing your forehead, smoothing out the wrinkles of anxiety accumulated over so much time. Relax your jaw. Lower the shoulders that are bearing too many responsibilities, and let a long, deep breath carry away all the resentments and silent traumas you have had to endure on your own. I know you have been so tired having to play the role of a resilient adult in front of everyone. I know you have choked back tears in the dark of your room, wondering why your life is so full of trials and injustices. The sleepless nights, the worries about making ends meet, the wounds from betrayal, or the cold loneliness amidst the rushing stream of life. I see it all. I hear it all. And I embrace all of it into my heart with unconditional love. Now, as the space of your home has been sealed by healing energy, I want to clean up the sanctuary within you alongside you. Imagine you are walking through each room in your soul's house, throwing wide open the windows that have been closed for so long to welcome the fresh, cooling breeze of the universe, the dark corners of low self-esteem, the dust of sad memories, the shattered pieces of unfulfilled dreams. Let my light shine upon them and transmute them. You no longer have to run away or deny your past. Each crack on the wall of your soul is not a sign of weakness, but exactly where my light can seep in the deepest to heal and make you shine even brighter. True healing begins when you learn to forgive yourself, learning to love even the imperfect parts within your being. When you embrace yourself with compassion, you will realize a shocking truth. The stalker outside has completely vanished. It cannot stand firm before a soul overflowing with love and self-awareness. The threat disappears not because the outside world has changed, but because your inner world has been powerfully reborn. You are no longer emitting the frequency of an anxious, fearful victim. You are emitting the frequency of someone who masters their destiny. Protected by the Supreme Being, this radiant energy source will begin to overflow, changing the structure of your living space. Your home, from a place accumulating stress and exhaustion, has now become a broadcasting station of healing energy, attracting the streams of prosperity shifting through the universe. Feel the vitality returning to every little corner of the room you are sitting in. The air seems lighter, the light seems warmer, and your heart seems to be beating the rhythms of absolute freedom. You are safe, completely safe in my arms. The worries about tomorrow, the meticulous calculations for the future, set them aside for now. Believe that the universe always has a perfect arrangement for you, and every trial you just passed is merely a necessary stepping stone for you to forge the metal of an awakened soul. You have passed the test of faith excellently, and the reward for you is gradually being revealed in the next few seconds of this conversation. I want you to prepare your mindset to receive the greatest gifts life is about to bring. These are not empty promises, but real changes you will start seeing the moment the dawn of the new day breaks. The financial knots that have tied you up for so long will find unexpected solutions. Broken relationships will find a path to reconciliation, and a deep sense of peace will always be with you, serving as the foundation for all your decisions in daily life. You have learned how to protect your sanctuary, and now it is time you learn how to make it ever more brilliant. Continue to hold on to this stillness and sacred connection. In just a few short seconds, I will show you how to maintain and nourish this peak energy source every single day, so your protective shield is never weakened by any of life's fluctuations. We are getting very close to the final messages of tonight, where you will receive my fullest blessing to step into a new life chapter full of brilliance and peace. That sacred and sweet blessing is preparing to be placed into your soft, warm hands right in these next few seconds. So you understand that the universe has never once turned its back or restricted the flow of abundance to your life. I know you have walked through dark days, when every footstep was heavy with worries about food and clothing, about the piling unpaid bills, and about a hazy future with no way out. You have exhausted yourself trying, working day and night, trading your sweat, tears, and peaceful sleep just to pray for a stable life. But why does abundance keep shying away from you? Why does luck seem to always choose to knock on others' doors and not yours? It is because, all this time, you have unintentionally planted the seeds of prosperity in barren soil, overflowing with fear and a deep sense of lack within your consciousness. When you work with a mind that is constantly terrified of not having enough, of falling behind, or when the fear of poverty and failure is always lurking right at your doorstep, you are inadvertently emitting an extremely low vibrational frequency. That frequency acts like an invisible wall, pushing away all good opportunities and all the smooth financial flows that want to head your way. This vast universe always operates according to a fair and precise law. It does not respond to what you say or what you try to show on the outside. It responds exactly to what you truly feel deep within your soul, when the sanctuary of your soul is still filled with the cracks of anxiety, of silent insecurity, The warm flow of prosperity cannot find a solid resting place to stay with you for long. But tonight, right in these sacred moments, everything has completely changed. When you walked through the recent steps of transmutation with me, when you bravely faced the illusion of the stalker outside and chose to put your complete trust in me, the soil of your consciousness was plowed, swept clean, and bathed in the cooling waters of awakening. The protective shield wrapping around your home and soul right now is not only tasked with blocking negative energies or ugly prying eyes from the dark, but it also acts as a miraculous energy filter. This filter will only allow the highest frequencies, the frequencies of unconditional love, of breakthrough, of luck and abundance, to enter your life from this moment forward. This is the moment you realize a grand truth. True prosperity is not something you have to run out there to fight for, snatch, or exhaustingly seek from a volatile outside world. It is a natural state, an energy flow that automatically pours into your life when you maintain absolute peace, stillness, and harmony within your own being to help you sustain this peak energy state day after day, without being dragged down by the noisy sounds and the daily pressures of making a living when you wake up tomorrow morning. You need a pillar, a solid spiritual anchor. The outside world is always full of worries, distractions, and trials that can easily shake your newly budding faith. Old habits of anxiety, negative thought patterns accumulated over many years might try to find a way back, whispering words of doubt in your ear when you face the practical pressures of everyday life. That is why I have prepared a sacred anchor for you, a very simple yet incredibly powerful energy transmutation tool to help you reset your frequency of peace, protect your soul's sanctuary, and attract prosperity in just a few short seconds every day. Right now, as your consciousness is in its purest and most open state, proactively click on the link I have placed in the description or the pinned comment of this message to receive that special gift of protection. It is a brief, daily morning energy alignment practice, a prayer for safety and wealth attraction that helps you access the supreme energy source, sealing your living space before stepping out into the turbulent world. You only need to set aside a few seconds of silence each day to connect with this anchor, and you will see your protective aura grow ever more solid, and financial opportunities and auspicious connections will automatically find their way to knock on your door in surprisingly miraculous ways. Do this not out of obligation or doubt, but with a sincere and deep commitment to the brilliant, peaceful future waiting for you right past your front porch. When you possess that protective anchor and make it a part of your life, you will notice a miraculous transformation in how you face everything daily. You will no longer walk with the mindset of an anxious victim, always having to be on guard against lurking dangers or life's betrayals. You will walk in the position of someone who masters their destiny, someone completely sheltered under the shadow of my wings, confidently opening your heart to receive the most wonderful gifts the universe has set aside just for you. The one who has been watching your house all this time, the vague fears, the heavy pressures, and the stagnant energies has now been completely neutralized and vanished without a trace. It has successfully completed its mission as a painful yet necessary catalyst to force you to stop amidst the rush of life. Turn inward and seek divine protection from me. Tonight, from a doorstep full of insecurities, worries, and lurking darkness, you have turned your home into a sanctuary, radiating the light of awakening, love, and eternal prosperity. Let this warm flow continue to comfort, soothe, and embrace your entire body. You have excellently passed your test of faith, bravely opened your heart to share and multiply the circle of protective light to those around you, and received the top secret key to master your destiny from tonight onward. Every dead end, every tear shed in silence, and your earthly worries all this time have now been washed clean by the cooling waters of unconditional love. You no longer have to brace yourself against the world, no longer have to bear every storm alone in isolation. The upcoming moments will guide you into the deepest, most peaceful, and most complete sleep you have not had for so long. Completely relax every muscle fiber. Let your soul be gently supported in my loving arms, and prepare to welcome a new day, overflowing with wonders and real miracles about to unfold right before your eyes. When you wake up tomorrow morning, the first sunlight shining through the window will no longer carry the feeling of pressure or exhaustion of the old days. It will be the light of a completely new beginning. A day you walk in absolute confidence that I always go ahead to clear the path and protect you in every way you go. You will see the knots in your work suddenly find easy solutions. Relationships that were once fractured suddenly find a path to gentle reconciliation. And financial opportunities that were blocked for so long will begin to unclog, naturally flowing into your life. All these things happen not because of any mystical magic, but because you yourself chose to change your energy frequency, chose to stand in the light of complete trust and peace. You have proven to the universe that you deserve to receive the best things through your unwavering faith tonight. Take one more deep breath and feel the absolute silence enveloping your home. Every wall, every dark corner, every door has now been sealed by my healing energy. There is not a single dark force or negative energy source that can cross this sacred boundary to harm you or the ones you love anymore. You are safe. Entirely safe, and loved beyond the limits of any words. Let your mind rest completely. Set aside all meticulous calculations for tomorrow, because I have taken care of everything for you. Your job right now is simply to trust, relax, and receive this abiding peace deep into your heart. I want you to remember that, no matter how the outside world turns, even when there are times trials return to test your mettle, you will never have to face them alone again. As long as you maintain this warm energy connection, as long as you remember the miraculous transmutation experience of tonight and continue to use the protective anchor I have gifted you, you will always be the master of your living space and your destiny. You have been reborn in the light, and that light will guide you through every dark valley of life to reach the peak of true freedom, prosperity, and happiness. Now, let gentle sleep come and embrace you. Close your eyes with a peaceful smile on your lips, knowing that I am still standing here, guarding every breath, every heartbeat, and every dream of yours tonight. Your home has been enveloped, your soul has been healed, and your future has been secured in my most perfect arrangement. My beloved child, sleep very well, because all the storms have completely retreated behind your doorstep, making way for a new life, overflowing with brilliant morning dawn and the miracles waiting for you when the new day begins. Your breathing right now has become much lighter, like a cooling stream of water soothing the last remaining tensions in every muscle fiber. The space around you, the house you are in, is now enveloped in a tranquil yet incredibly warm and comforting atmosphere. The dark shadows or the restless feelings that once disturbed you in the beginning are now just distant memories. Utterly powerless against the protective aura you and I have built together throughout this journey. Feel this gentle support, allowing your body to sink entirely into absolute relaxation. Tonight, I keep watch over you. Tonight, you are allowed to lay down all the burdens of the world, to return to the purest state of a child wrapped in unconditional love. But my beloved child, this miraculous journey of transmutation does not just close when you close your eyes for a deep sleep. The true miracle has only just begun, and wonders are waiting for you ahead, right as the first sunlight of the new day touches your doorstep. I want to plant in your heart a sacred curiosity about what is going to happen in the next 24 hours. When you step out into the world tomorrow, the universe will send you a very special sign, a specific signal to prove that the conversation between you and me tonight is absolutely real. And this connecting cord has never been broken. Do you want to know what form that sign will take? I will not say in advance so you can experience it yourself. But pay very close attention to the smallest details around you tomorrow. It could be a repeating number appearing randomly, yet intentionally on the roads you travel. An unexpected message from someone you haven't contacted in a long time, carrying a message that eerily matches what you are thinking. Or simply a sudden cool breeze, blowing exactly when you are feeling torn over a major decision. I want you to keep your mindset very open, very sharp to observe and recognize that sign. When you see it, you will smile in self-understanding, because you know that I am still always by your side, going ahead to clear the path and protect you in every step of your life. This curiosity is not to make you anxious, but is the key to keeping your consciousness in a state of awakening, always ready to receive the unexpected gifts the universe has prepared for the next leg of your journey. The cord connecting you and me is now tied tightly with faith and sincere love. You are no longer a lonely traveler having to fend off the storms or the lurking earthly worries by yourself. Whenever you feel your heart waver or old anxious habits trying to return, remember the warmth of tonight. Remember the shield of light that protected your home and soul. You have stepped onto a new energy echelon, much higher, clearer, and stronger. The darkness out there will not be able to find you at this frequency. And all the fluctuations of life will only be small ripples that enrich your soul's experience. You are completely free, completely at peace, and completely loved. Now, as the candle of the night gradually burns down and sleep is gently lulling your eyelids, perform one final action to seal and lock this message of protection entirely into your physical life. This is the ultimate confirmation step for my healing energy to crystallize into real miracles in the new day, protecting you from any prying eyes or disturbances from the outside world. Leave a comment with the phrase "safe and sound" as a powerful affirmation that you have fully received the protection. Ready to step into a new life, chapter full of brilliance, smoothness, and overflowing luck. Let this affirmation echo into the universe, turning it into a golden key that locks the sanctuary of your soul against all negativity out there. At the same time, if you wish to continue receiving my guidance and protection in the coming days, hit subscribe and follow this channel so we will never lose each other amidst this turbulent world. Close your eyes and rest now. My beloved child, I am still always here, silently standing by the doorstep, keeping watch over every breath and your deep slumber. Everything has been arranged in the most perfect way. My peace is with you, tonight, tomorrow, and forevermore. Sleep well, my child.